Alrighty, folks, big video. So in this video, I want to address Ken over at Chicken Genius Singapore, his YouTube channel, which I've seen for quite a while now. He announced he's leaving YouTube, and I want to give a message to him personally. I know he's going to watch this video, so I want to give a message to him. I also think that this message I'm going to give to him in this video is going to be much more important for actually everybody watching this and everybody that's part of the internet and those sorts of things, because there's certain things that go on that we have to understand, okay, that are beneath the surface, right? Now, first off, he directly, talked about me in this video in this part here, and so I want to address this since he specifically points me out, and then we'll get to the bigger part of this video. It's just, there's some stuff that's just not accurate here, so I was like, let's watch this. And
if you want to take the first punch, you need to get your facts right first.
Get your
Jeremy,
facts right.
I think he's a nice guy, no hate, but he also took a first punch at me. I just like to say that benchmark his performance to the index over the last 5 years, his return on capital, and probably he'll be much better off buying the index. To the few clowns from Everything Money to Meet
all right,
Kevin.
so first off, no, this was not accurate. So the public accounts account I started about 4 years ago in the private stock group, where every single trade ever in that account's been documented, and never used options in that account. I've never margined out money in that account, and I've never done anything dangerous like go all in a stock or like put 80% of my money in a stock. I've actually invested pretty ideally for how you want to kind of approach the market from a risk-reward standpoint. And my cumulative return in that portfolio is 256%. This isn't some made-up number that I like calculated on a spreadsheet like some people do and like, oh yeah, this is my return. This is calculated by Fidelity Investments, okay? S&P 500 over the last 3 years has gone up 65%. So, there's a lot of things you can make fun of me for and this and that, right? And, oh, he's got his private stock group. You can make fun of me for a lot of stuff, but never try to come at me with like a 3 or 5 year return, because I'm always going to kill it. I'm always going to kill the market. You can come at me, something if you want to always make fun of me or talk about how bad I am. Talk about, short-term performance, because there's many times where I get significantly, and I mean significantly, destroyed by the market, okay? Look at the past year. I've gotten destroyed by the market. Look at year-to-date. I'm down 15% year-to-date in the public account versus, and this was as of the end of February, at least. That's probably a little bit better for me now. But as of then, I was down 15% year-to-date, and S&P 500 down 8%, so almost twice as bad as S&P 500. Look at the 3 month. Look at, once again, this was as of Fidelity's last calculation there at the end of February. I was down 20% on a 3 month versus only 4% for the S&P. So if you want to come at me from the perspective of like short term results, because I ain't that guy, and I'm gonna usually a lot of times I'll get destroyed in short term time periods. But damn, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it over the long term. I promise you that, and that's just the way it always will be. So, alrighty. So let me address Ken, directly here. And I know once again you're going to see this video, so I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to everybody that's on social media, everybody that's on the internet, because I think this message I'm about to give is going to be very important for everybody's mental health long term and kind of my views on this. And so I started on YouTube in 2016. I was on YouTube before any of the other big financial YouTubers are out there. I was on here before Graham was on here, or before Kevin, or before Andre, or before Chicken, or before any of these folks, right? I was like the original OG who like was the first person to actually become successful, right? And actually start making like a good amount of money. I started making so much money from YouTube that I actually left my real estate marketing company that I built from the ground up, right? And I was just like, YouTube, I'm making too much now. I literally just left that business. I sent all my customers an email one day and said, hey, I didn't even tell them. I was still ashamed or embarrassed that I was doing YouTube full time. I thought they'd laugh at me. So I just said, hey, I'm shutting down the company, And, that was that, okay? And so as somebody that's been here before everybody else kind of jumped on and became successful and those sorts of things, I have some views on this, because it was pretty early on that I realized, oh boy, this YouTube thing, yeah, you can make some money, but damn, it can be toxic. It can be really, really toxic. And over time, I started to find out, some people don't like you. They're going to come across your videos and they're not going to like you. And they're going to be there day in and day out and putting you down and making fun of you and things like that. And so I was like, dang, man, that kind of sucks. Like, what did I ever do to this person? And they just are, they're constantly, giving hate comments and just, leaving me thumbs down and things like that. And I was like, oh, every day. And it's like really like they're that dedicated. They're like here in the first 10 minutes of the video to say something negative to me. Like really, that's like their best part of their day. Like seriously, like who does that? But that's something I noticed, right? So that was like a hurdle I had to get over. Like some people are going to, if you are getting views, I don't care if 1,000 people watch your video, it's going to be at least one person who just doesn't like you. It's probably going to be more like 10 people who probably just don't like you. And then every time you amplify the amount of views you get, right, it's going to amplify the amount of hate too, right? And it's going to also amplify the amount of love. It's going to amplify the amount of money you make and those sorts of things. But the hate's going to be there. And you got to understand that's part of what you signed up for when you started recording YouTube videos, okay? And then shortly after I noticed that, then I started to notice, actually like people make videos about you and something negative about you, right? And that was something I remember, like the first like negative video I ever saw that was done about me, right? And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I was mad. I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, somebody made a negative video about me. This is insane. And that's like, it probably kept me up all night that night. I was upset, man. And it's just like really like somebody really made a negative video about me. I can't even believe this, okay? Then I started to notice, right, other people started becoming bigger than me, right? Including my next door neighbor. He became much bigger than me, way more subscribers, way more views. And then I had to kind of deal with like, am I jealous of that? Like, how do I feel about that? Because I'm not the biggest. And then there started to be a lot of people that just, they climb to these insane levels and things like that. And I was like, okay, so either I can focus on how many subscribers this person has, or how many views they get, or I can just focus on my own game and play my own game and do my own thing in my own niche and make my videos the way I want to make them and do my thing the way I want to do them and not try to copy everybody else. And if they're doing this type of thing, just do my own thing, be original. And if it doesn't add up for the most subscribers or views, that's okay. And so I had to make that decision. That was a tough decision to make as well, because that was me basically giving the throne away, right? And saying there's going to be other YouTubers that become way bigger than me, way more subscribers, way more views, and those sorts of things. And that was difficult as the one that was the kind of original person to have success in the space, right? But that was something I had to do. That was a decision I had to make, because it was either I made that or I joined that rat race of a race I didn't really want to do, because I was going to have to change the way I did my videos and the way I presented and all those sorts of things. And even what I like to talk about is the stock market, which is a more niche subject, right? But we can't deny the fact that I would have a lot more subscribers and views and those sorts of things if I just talked about general finance, because then everything's open to me, right? I could talk about this subject and that subject. But for me, I was just like, this is what I like to do. And so I made that decision. And that's a hard decision to make if you're in my shoes there, okay? Because you're just giving it away, essentially, right? So I had to make that decision. Then you're going to notice there's even going to be, as you get bigger and bigger, there's going to be even jealousy inside the community or just, disputes and things like that. Because money, guess what starts getting involved? Money, right? You got sponsorships, you got ad revenue. People only have so much time to watch videos, right? There's that ad revenue, there's courses, and if somebody buys this course over here, right, then they don't have money to buy this course over here. So all this money starts getting involved, and it breeds competition. It breeds jealousy in the space. And this is something you got to understand, that it starts to become business, right? And it's like, okay, and I even viewed it as this. I was like, I kind of viewed for a while there, I was kind of like in a war against, I felt like day traders and day trader courses. And the reason being is I was like, people are going to go down this route of like trying to day trade. Almost none of them are going to have success. They're almost all going to fail. I'm like, I know what I teach is the real deal Holyfield, but at the end of the day, if they go spend money on that day trading course over there, they're not going to spend money with my product. They're going to likely end up thinking the stock market's a scam, and they're going to leave the stock market, right? Versus like fundamental investing and building out a portfolio of like 5, 10, 15 stocks and things like that. And so I just kind of viewed it as like, you're kind of at like a little war, right? That you kind of need to fight. And that's kind of my thing. And the only a criticism I ever had directly for Chicken Singapore Genius was that video he did where he was talking about, basically selling out of almost all his stocks, and he's got almost all his money in one stock, essentially. Like his entire net worth is tied up in one stock, and he loves that stock. I love that stock. But I don't think that's the right approach, right? And so that's where it becomes like, okay, what's the right approach in this situation? And when you're a big YouTuber, you got to understand that's part of the game. You're going to get criticism, okay? You're going to get criticism. No one that has a lot of success is not going to have criticism. You're going to have these time periods where, people are make videos about you or post about you. Think about if you're like a professional athlete, for instance, right? Think about your flipping LeBron James, okay? LeBron James. Imagine being LeBron James. Every day, every night, There's people that hate that guy, right? And they're just waiting he does an Instagram post and just attack him, right? And he plays a bad game, and there's going to be, ESPN talking about him, this and that. And it's like, that's part of what he signs up for. A guy makes probably like $100 million a year. And you got to understand, if you sign your name to get a lot of publicity and a lot of views, you're going to get that. It's part of the game. And you're going to get some crazy love. And people are going to admire you and those sorts of things. But this is part of the game. And so you got to understand that, right? So now to, Ken kind of thinking about quitting YouTube, or, he sounds like he made the decision. He's going to retire from YouTube and quit and things like that. I think that's just a horrible decision. What I think would be the right decision for you, Ken, as you watch this video, is I think you should actually take some time off. Take a few weeks off. Go meditate, man. Go take a trip. Do some soul searching. Dude, if you're going to live your life based upon other people, which it sounds like what you're doing essentially, YouTube's toxic and the internet's toxic, you're not going to change that, okay? So then you're making a decision based upon other people, right? Which is just a horrible decision. Make a decision based upon what you want to do over time, and don't just bow out because you get some pressure. Or there's a stress of who's gonna maybe attack me first, dude. Every time I come out with a stock, there's like communities built around trying to attack those stocks, and are gonna write posts about me and are gonna do videos about me. That's part of what I signed up for. That's part of this YouTube game, and I'm not gonna leave that just for the mere fact. It's at the end of the day, I've been doing this for so long. I'm just unbothered by it. I literally don't care. Like, make a video about me. Oh yeah, I suck, and this is a bad stock, and I'm a joke, and blah blah blah, and I'm an idiot. Cool. Like, once you get over that and you realize it doesn't even matter, you start to become like a better version of yourself, and you just kind of like you just, it doesn't matter anymore, right? And so I think you gotta do a lot of just kind of soul searching, in my opinion, and don't let the internet dictate that you can't do something. If you think you are here's the thing: if you think you are making a positive impact on YouTube or in the world, if you truly believe that, right, then damn it, you better get out there back on YouTube again. Like you can't make a decision like that and say, I'm just bowing out of this. Take some time off, reflect. I think mindful meditation would be phenomenal for you, and do that seriously. A lot of people, they do it for a little bit of time, and then they feel better, and then they stop doing it again. It's kind of like working out. You got to constantly, do this sorts of things. And I can tell you, I probably wouldn't be at my level if I hadn't found mindful meditation a few years ago, because it can be a lot. I'm not going to deny that. It can be a lot when you're on social media, and when you got people saying negative things and whatnot about you, whether they're true or untrue. That's a part. Whether they're true or untrue, you're going to have people talking. And some of it, a lot of it you're not going to like, right? And so I think just kind of being in your own head and being at a good mental spot is just extremely key to do this. And so I think if you get in a better mental space, you're gonna start to realize it doesn't matter. You're not going to change people's perception. And if somebody makes a negative video about you, that's part of the deal, right? And that's part of the internet, right? Like, that's just part of this. You're going to have people that disagree with your stance. You're going to have people that disagree with what you're doing, how you're approaching things. And you just have to put that aside and say, I don't care. I think I'm making a positive impact. I'm going to post my videos. I'm going to do my thing. And if other people want to attack me for it, who cares? I'm doing what I believe is right. I'm saying the type of things I want to say that I think, leading people in the right way, or expressing myself the way I want to on the internet. And you just put all that other stuff aside. And if you ever want to come back at somebody from a competition standpoint, fair play. Come back at them from a competition standpoint. But outside of that, don't even care. It's either you're going to go 100% of the way there, or none of the percent of the way there, right? Don't be the in-between guy, because when you start being the in-between guy, that's where you find yourself in kind of a bad place. And so that's my advice for you. Take some time off, reflect on this, and come back better, come back stronger, come back and just be you. Do your own thing, explain your own processes, make sure when you do a video it comes across the right way, right? You did that selling out of stocks video, and damn, the next day that market opened, retail stocks sold off like insane at pretty much the bottom of the market. And you got to think about these things before you kind of post them. This is very, very key, because what you can say, especially when you got a massive platform like you do, man, people might make moves based upon that. And if you say, you're selling out of a portfolio of stocks, people are like, oh my gosh, he's selling, I got to sell. And that's just the way folks are wired. A lot of folks are wired. So you just got to understand that as well. And so, yeah, my advice, take some time off, do some soul searching, get inside your head. I think mindful meditation would do you wonders, and come back stronger whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. If it's weeks from now, it's weeks from now, it's months from now, but to throw in the cards forever, because, there's debates on the internet and, somebody made a video about you. Dude, come on. You gotta level up beyond that. That's lame stuff, man. You can't, it's like, I remember the last time I was ever bullied in life was in the fourth grade. I was bullied for a bit, right? And that was frustrating, and that was really annoying. I remember every day, just like even the weekends, I would hate the weekends because I would be like, oh man, I got bullied. And at that point, you just gotta ask yourself, like, are you gonna let another person dictate your life? Or are you going to live your life based upon how you want to live your life, right? And I think that's really, really important in this. So, that was a moment for me very young there. I realized, I'm going to live my life the way I want to live my life. And, these other people can do their own little thing, okay? So anyways, guys, much love as always. And for everybody else watching this, I think that's a message for you as well. Have a great day.